Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks to Paul Fanning, who's getting ready to board the Tomahawk at a Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We get a look at another great catch on the XL at a Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Great bluefin tuna fishing continuing for them as well as others, and copious amounts of colorful and great eating rockfish. The bite in San Diego, is evidenced by this great catch, is sizzling right now. Hope you can get out really.
Good morning, Phil. Just at the Long Beach light here this morning. As you can see, pretty good spot of bait in the meter there. Pretty good spot of the sonar right there. That's a lot of bait. I want to say hi, good morning. Getting ready to set here, Phil.
That's Captain Pat Whitaker getting ready to make another set on another beautiful load of bait. He'll be at the east end of Catalina Island on Channel 11 if you need to reach him, both Saturday and Sunday. Nice going, Pat. The El Patron operates out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California, and they have a slew of 1.5-day trips where you'll fish with only 10 anglers on board. Bluefin tuna fishing, yellowtail fishing is outstanding in Southern California, and there's no better way to do it than on the El Patron. 310-832-8304 or visit 22ndstreet.com.
Bye-bye.
Calico bass are slow growers, and that's why Marcus Fain just returned that back to the water. He's fishing out of Marina Del Rey Sportfishing in Southern California, where the bass bite has been excellent. Get out, enjoy the good bass fishing, and release those nice big fish. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, here in beautiful Southern California. It's not a sunny morning, is it? There's a breeze coming off the water this morning. It's foggy, but the fishing is still red hot. We've got all of that and so much more for you. We'll go to Ensenada, check that out. San Diego, still on fire with some great fishing. You saw the lead-in where the XL was unloading. Another magnificent trip. Fishermen are really experiencing some good bass fishing along the coast. Marcus Fain showed you that. Barracuda have kind of given us the slip for a little while, but they'll be back. And also, we've got some really great fishing for LA Orange County-based boats. The Thunderbirds already got limits of bluefin tuna. Several other boats are all over the BFT this morning. It is really fabulous fishing here in Southern California, and you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. So good. Oh my God, is that good? And it's so good to be with you. Hit that like button, subscribe, share these videos with a friend, and also tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We can see you all on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, great to be with you all. Moving up on 10,000 subscribers. Sincerely appreciate that. Also, all your thoughts and love and prayers going out to Captain Eddie Leland, who really needs your prayers right now in that battle with cancer. And also, I will have more news in the coming days about all the clothing, all the books, all the school supplies, everything that went down to Cedros Island. Diego Nuno, who's a deckhand on the Royal Star out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. He, his mother, his family, all of you have contributed to really make a difference on that island with clothing and so much more. We ship down thousands of pieces and items down that way, and it's all thanks to you. All right, let's get into it with you all, because there is some really crazy fishing going on. You saw the XL unloading. That is really a magnificent trip they've got going on. There's fish out near Santa Barbara Island in Southern California, and that means that gives access, easy access, to the boys from, say, Newport, even further down than that. San Diego boats have been coming up this way. Also, there's fish south of San Diego. Also, don't get me wrong, Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro had limits of bluefin tuna by 7 a.m. yesterday morning. Great trip for them. Thunderbird with limits here today. Fabulous trip for them. Fish 8 to 25 pounds, some bigger than that. And again, a fly line bait, like 25-pound fluorocarbon, works so well. You got to choose a good hot bait and a belly hooked bait. Don't know how to do it? Ask a crew member. That's what they're there for. They will help you out. Some great fishing up there in that neck of the woods. Some conking last night in that neck of the woods. Pegasus had limits. They're out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. They had limits. yesterday early, went to San Clemente Island and tried to pick off some yellowtail. So remember, they fish that zone. They're able to get you some rockfish in most cases. They're great eating. Who wouldn't want that? And then they're able to go to San Clemente Island also and load up on some yellow. Sometimes that's not a load up though. There's a lot of sea lions there that are an A1 pain in the you know what. All right, down to Ensenada. Kind of giving you the overview right now because it's really, really good. Ensenada, hit and miss on the bluefin, more yellowfin, a few more dorado starting to push in there. This unusual and unique year that we are faced with this year is really going to be fun to watch unfold because we still have cold water, which makes me think we got a chance for albacore still. I haven't decided to jump off a bridge quite yet. My third year of blowing the prediction on albacore, I still think that door is open. But at the same time, we're seeing these warm water species a result of the El Nino that is brewing. And at some point in time, that's going to take over. Any chance of albacore will go completely down the tubes. And then we're going to have dorado and yellowfin tuna and so much more crawling all over the place. It should be really, really exciting stuff. So once again, down in Ensenada, a few bluefin, a little bit more on the yellowfin and the dorado. And at other times, there's really good bluefin tuna fishing. You know, it's kind of up and down and not consistent. Typical bluefin tuna fishing. They can fall back on some barracuda some days and bonita and yellowfin and really great calico bass fishing around Punta Cana. Up to San Diego, some of those boys are coming up to the LA Orange County area and fishing that bluefin, and they had some good fishing at night. Other guys are staying and fishing waters around San Diego. Pacific Queen limits of bluefin tuna with $1.50 on the bluefin tuna. I don't know how you can beat that. The Condor had a bluefin that went 253 pounds here recently. That is absolutely magnificent fishing. Several other boats cranking on the bluefin tuna and catching limits down there in San Diego. So the bite is on and it's really going well. And I got to tell you, fishing that 25 to 30 pound fluoro, sometimes when the intensity of the bite goes through the roof, you can get up to 40 and 50 pound fluoro. Sometimes you got to go to a small hook. All of this you take up with your crew member when you get on the boat. They saw it the day before. They are in tune with what's going on. They want you to be successful. Remember them at the end of the trip with a nice tip if you can afford it. Please remember that. These guys work so hard, guys and girls. So keep that in mind, and hopefully we'll see more of that to come. Now, the one-day boats, I mean, by that full day, they leave in the morning, come back in the evening. San Diego yesterday, 31 guys, 53 yellowfin tuna. They found that one good stop, and sometimes that's the difference between a great day and a really poor day. So you got to get on that one good bunch of fish to make it happen. Grande, 22 guys, 25 on the bluefin tuna. Nothing wrong with that kind of a hit. And again, sometimes it's been a little bit more iffy on that full day trips here recently, but hopefully those boys will continue to head in the right direction. All right, now, as we move you up the coast, we take a look at San Clemente Island. There's pretty good yellowtail fishing there at times, but there's a lot of boat pressure now with all these guys fishing bluefin up in this neck of the woods. So scratching at the yellows, a few calico bass, sometimes a little better than that, sheep's head whitefish, that kind of thing. There's also good rock fishing in that neck of the woods that guys can take advantage of. At Catalina Island, the pursuit had 3 yellowtail yesterday, and then they had the sheep's head and whitefish and rockfish and, you know, calico bass kind of picking away at it. Nothing wide open at Cat. By the way, if you're going to Catalina Island or anywhere, you know, pretty much anywhere else now, bring your tuna gear if you have it. And by that, I mean the heaviest 2-speed you can find. I would have that if you can. More than likely, you're going to run into that smaller grade tuna, and you're going to be fine with 25 to 40 pound. But if you have, you know, heavier tackle, bring it with you because you will need it. The Freedom just checked in with 33 on the bluefin tuna, so not a bad hit at all for them. Their biggest BFT on the Freedom out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro as they pulled in this morning was 90 pounds. So there's some big stuff. That metered line works well in terms of getting you to the right depth. At night, when you're fishing at night, the captain's going to say drop. You need to drop immediately, if not sooner. And you want to get down to the exact depth that the captain says to be at. So if he says 400, 300 feet, you can see by the metered line, which changes colors every 100 feet, where exactly you are. So keep that in mind. That is a huge, huge advantage for you all. Packed on limits of bluefin tuna. Islander out of San Diego, limits of bluefin tuna. really good. There are misses, however. I've seen some very poor scores also. Overnight trips, I've seen some guys that completely missed. So it's mixed here, okay? I just want you to be totally aware of that. And what you could do to make that all better for yourself on any individual boat is talking to a crew member, fishing fluorocarbon, choosing a good hot bait, changing that bait regularly, paying attention to what's going on. You see a bird dip, you're going to want to cast to that. A fish has chased a bait to the surface, so keep that in mind. That will really help you out a lot. By the way, Pat Whitaker is going to be at Catalina Island selling bait for you private boaters this weekend. So check with Pat. I put a short up. You can see his phone number there. You can see that you can call him on channel 11. Line up your bait. Mention that you heard this on Friedman Adventures. Please, that'll go to your benefit. I guarantee you that. Mention that. By the way, I got to mention some crazy guys from the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. We're out grunion hunting late last night, having a ball, enjoying the grunion, even catching a fish or two. Those guys are the best over there at the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club, having fun with the grunion. That's the last night of the grunion run, my friends. I'll keep you in tune when the next one shows up. Here on our local scene, some pretty good calico bass fishing going on down there in San Diego. We see it also in Oceanside at Dana Wharf. Some really nice fishing up in Marina del Rey on the bass, as you saw. But the Victory had 100 sand bass yesterday and 60 barracuda. And they're picking at it again here today. Nothing wrong with that. You saw Marcus Fain release that big, fat calico bass after enjoying a wonderful day on the Spitfire out of Marina del Rey Sportfishing with his father and son fishing. It just never ends. That is great stuff. Up in the Channel Islands, yeah, there's bluefin up there. Aloha Spirit had one. They said, bring your heavy tackle. We're starting to see more and more BFT here. They've also had some great halibut fishing up there. The Endeavor a few days ago with great rug fishing. The Aloha Spirit had 17 fish a couple days ago. The Mirage, they were out there, 13 halibut yesterday. And of course, if you want to fish rockfish, that's available out there. There's also some good barracuda fishing. There's also occasional good bass fishing up there. Island Spirit out of Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing has been all over it. Don't forget, kids fish free on Sundays up there out of Ventura Sport Fishing on board the Californian. Paid adult, kids 12 and under, go for free. You can jump on that. I do have to mention the El Patron. We mentioned it on the lead, and they've got several great day-and-a-half trips on the horizon, and you are only fishing with 10 people on that beautiful rig. I would get all over that. 310-832-8304. They're going tonight, and they have several trips planned for you all. Get on that ASAP. It will really be a lot of fun. I guarantee you that. Our barracuda bite here in the Long Beach area, San Pedro area, has been off. Conditions kind of got a little funky, but some guys fishing sculpin and rockfish, so we'll see how that all plays out. And of course, we'll be watching everything else for you very, very closely, as it is really volatile. It's really exciting because of the cold water and warm water and all of the enigma that surrounds that and exactly what will play out. I guarantee you one thing, though, I bet there's a lot of great stuff that's going to happen today, and I'll have it for you with shorts as well as other updates right here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Don't forget Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. And of course, our 24/7 coverage continues. Great stuff with the prayers for Eddie Leland. Deeply appreciate that. Great stuff with all the clothing and so many goods that went down to Isla Cedros Island, down there in Baja, California. Your help in that venture is deeply appreciated. Can't thank you enough for everything you have done to help us send so much south of the border to our brothers and sisters in Mexico. All right, I'll keep you in touch with all the latest fishing info. I can't thank you enough for joining us here on this beautiful beach in SoCal. A little dreary it looks like this morning, but not really. Fishing is really excellent. Take care. Have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.